with the Raiders because what I'm trying to figure out is how Josh McDaniels has coached for 17 years, and over the last 3 seasons, his away record is below 500. So when you really tie that together with his time back at UCLA, what's the correlation between the success rate and the depth rate that their corners are playing? That's what the people are here for. That's why we're here. So I hope you got that. Hope you got those stats handy, man.
You know what? It shows that my Wi-Fi is having issues.
Yeah, I could understand that.
I don't know. We was having issues when we was playing Call of Duty. I don't get it.
I mean, at worst, you could stop Cam because you sound fine. On my end, you sound fine. It's just sometimes you freeze and then you keep talking and then it cuts back in. I mean, you could leave it. It doesn't bother me. As long as I can hear you, I feel like you're good.
All right, let's get it then, man. I don't know what's going on. What's going on? You ready though?
I'm ready, man.
Yo, I'm not on camera, but what's happening? Welcome back to the last second. What we doing the most? Hey, it's your boy Rad out here in Rip City, Portland, Oregon. Big repping them Detroit Lions. Great victory today. Had grit. You know what it is. Am I frozen? What it do?
You might be better.
Hey, we in the building.
You might better off turning it off.
We in the building.
We in the building. It looks kind of weird. There you go.
I got that guy, my man, Mick Coach, Mr. McStachio, aka McStats. Dose, what's up, man? What's up, Dose? What's up, baby?
How you doing, man? How you doing over there, man? It's all good.
I'm actually not good at all. What's the deal with the internet, bro? Like, I don't know.
Oh, man, you struggling. That's tough.
We just don't Call of Duty.
Me and you both understand that you have terrible Wi-Fi, but not that bad. Because usually what Chad doesn't realize is when we struggle, like when we lose connection, is Rad's in. And I get this little notification. It's like Rad's internet is going crazy. So I have to send him some of my internet. But what's going on right now is unexplainable, Rad. I don't know, man.
I don't know what's going on either, bro. Like I can't. I pay for gig speeds. I'm obviously not getting gig speeds.
It's just
we was just on Call of Duty. We was doing fine on Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? I kept reviving you and picking you up and saving your life. So obviously I was doing okay.
Wow. You know what I remember
you did
from playing that is Rad didn't want the smoke. That's what I took away from that whole if there was what'd you take away from that experience? I feel like you didn't want it, man. You didn't really want to go for it. You weren't confident, you know? I don't think you had grit.
Because I definitely had grit, but my teammates were not holding up their end of the deal, so I knew it wasn't time for me to. Right, I was carrying us. Did you
see how I drove that car or the boat? Look at this.
No,
path to success, windy road.
Let's get it, man. Let's talk about this game. Lions versus Jets. We put out a gritty win.
Yes.
And we getting in. We're 500 team, folks. 7-7. Finished 10-7 like I called. Hey, I predicted 10-7 at the beginning. We got that on wax. We got that on YouTube. I said 10-7, and I'm about right.
Look, man, we were both high on this team. I was a little higher than you were, but yeah, man. No, you're right. No, but I think that's a good point. I think it is important that we do bring up that both of us believed in this team coming into the year.
Yes.
And it's starting to happen. So I think we can fairly say that we were on the bandwagon early. Or not the bandwagon, but we had the belief system going. But to that, I definitely overshot a little bit. I think I came in saying 11 wins. So I don't know if that can't happen now. Unless you count a playoff victory. I never said that you can't count a playoff victory, though. So
true.
Hey, foreshadowing. That's what I did. You predicted 10, though. We might be right on the money, man. We might be, because I know, Red, I don't know if you saw this. Right before we started, I saw a clip from Dan Campbell in the locker room after the game. He called it a 6-week season, and the first 3 are down or something like that. So he was viewing this as like, when would that have been? 3 weeks ago. So 3 weeks ago, they had the same kind of view we did, and he was saying we got to basically win our last 6. I thought that was kind of cool to have that perspective of it. That they're not really
right.
Sometimes you ask them about like playoff pictures. Oh no, we ain't. Like it's real, man. It's real, and it's become so real that like, do you feel like it hurts the team to feel like, hey, look, the playoffs are happening. Like, yeah, focus on our business. We got to handle business because playoffs won't happen if we don't win. But it's there, and that, to me, that could it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could be a good thing. Like, look, this is there. You should be fired up every single day because you handle business 3 weeks. 3 more weeks you handle business, and you got a shot to win the whole thing. You were at 1-6. Everybody's thinking the season was over. Like, I would think that'd be motivation to some guys. Maybe some it doesn't. But what do you think about that whole idea?
I mean, we're gonna be all right, man. I want to talk this game, man. I think we just showed a lot of grit. It wasn't pretty. It was some times today I was nervous. I think there's a couple bad calls, man. I'll touch on Okudah a bit too. I told you I don't think he's a CB1, and today he kind of proved he's not a CB. But anyways, we'll get to him.
Yeah, we might have.
It just wasn't like how it wasn't a pretty win, but we found a win.
Right.
And that shows that growth from our team. Didn't go put up the 30, something like that. Like, they had to get stops when they needed to get them. Offensive plays when they need to make them. And special teams, obviously. I know bad kick, but Khalif ran it off just because on that got in. Oh, gosh. First drive, I felt like we should have got it. It is what it is. I just didn't like the play call, but whatever. I like how this wasn't a pretty win, but we found a way to win. That shows that, like, good teams find a way to win. And I'm going to say I feel like we are a good team in the NFL. That's away from it. That is great. We on the way to win. Teams find a win. This is a hard road, top tier defense, offense is solid. This is a good team. We beat a good team. It ain't like I don't think the Jets of old. We beat a good team. I just was the grit and the fight that we had to do, and we pulled it off the last 2 minutes. Brock Wright made a play. He still looked very unathletic. I don't care what nobody says. He just, I don't know what it is about Brock Wright. When Brock Wright be running, bro, he scares me. I don't know. He runs so upright. He looks stiff, but he got in. I think this was a very gritty win, and I love to see it because it shows that, hey, we can find a way to win. And that Khalif's punt return was beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
What's your takeaways?
No, absolutely. I check your phone, by the way. Just real quick. No, I think you hit on some big things there. I think the overarching thing of this is a good team. I don't know. I think we touched on it yesterday, but like just hearing like people say that, oh, they're a fun team to watch. We haven't done a good team. So what makes a good team? That's where I'm confused, because when you're beating teams that are right there fighting for the same thing that you're fighting for, like, to me, the teams that we are beating are right there fighting for, whether that's Jacksonville, the Giants, now Jets, Minnesota, everybody. These are not teams that are out of the mix. Most teams aren't at this point, and we're right there. And I like you hit it, man. We won ugly, but it was cool to win that way, because I think, to your point, it kind of shows, like, I feel like we're very adaptable. Like, I was talking to Banks earlier, and one thing that I took away was big plays. We always talk about big plays because they're fun. In the last few weeks, we've gotten some with some of our receivers back, but we don't need big plays to win. I think that's really cool. Like, we don't need, like, oh man, we didn't get our big plays today. We didn't get those couple shot plays. So, we didn't have it. But you're talking about, in fairness, right? Let's be real about this. This is one of the best defenses in football. And the Lions kind of fell in line with how most teams have played against this team. and you're on the road. I mean, again, this is a different environment than just any environment. They're playing for a playoff spot. So to me, you have to play a different type of game. And I want to talk about this more in a second, but Rad, do you want to try that real quick?
Yeah, am I still messed up?
Yeah. You just sound kind of like cutting it out when you're talking. I don't know if it's bothering the chat, but I just want to, if you want to try it, because I know I can do it real quick.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Set it up.
Stay in this stream. I'm gonna see if I can do it real quick. And we'll switch it right over. Chat, how we doing, man? Let's do this.
We pumping and jumping, baby. We pumping and jumping. What's going on?
Right.
This is ridiculous. Because it ain't disappearing. It's ridiculous. I don't get it. To cut our hair, right? But you're gonna have to hair in a couple. About less than a month.
I'm a chat. Hold up one sec. Rat's kind of hard to hear. We're gonna switch the stream. It's still gonna be a stream on the same channel. We're gonna switch it though. So just back out. We're gonna update the stream. Go to that one. We're just gonna fix who the host is, and we're gonna see if that helps Rad's connection a little bit here. Rad, I'm gonna send it to you in the private chat. The link in. See if that one works.
My bad. I don't know what's going on with the internet. I mean, plugged in with my ether cable. I really don't know. This is
click
crazy.
That link. We'll switch real quick, and it won't even be nothing, man. Hang with us, chat, man. We want to talk about this game, man. No, no one uses dial-up anymore. Look, we try to help out.
I'm plugged in with Ethernet cable. I pay for gig speeds. The modem's actually underneath me. It's like right here.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. All right. Let's get it. Let's keep it. Let me see. Click. Bloop.
Actually looking better now, but yeah, we can switch real quick.
All right, where am I at? Is it working?
He said he's on Windows 95.
I just hit the wrong thing. Oh, Lord.
Oh, and then you're going to have to end this one. So once you jump in, end this one, and then I'll start the other one. That way they're not overlapping.
Okay.
Well, hold up, actually. Your connection looks a lot better right now. What did you do? Why do you look good all of a sudden?
I mean, I closed a couple windows. I don't know if that was it.
Let's not change anything. Let's just rock with this for a little bit and see what happens. You look.
I don't know. Let's go.
Normal.
I did have a couple windows open, but I don't think that was it. I don't know what's going on. I
think we might be okay, man.
All right, let's go. Let's get it
clear. Okay, let's talk about it then.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Okay,
talk about it. Okay,
I want to finish.
Get your takeaways.
Just because this team, man, is a top defense in football. They're actually they might be the best passing defense in football across the board. Obviously, they were getting some pressure today, and unfortunately, we have not. I mean, honestly, going back to the Green Bay Packers game, we haven't had a successful running game. It's been poor since the Green Bay Packers game, and I thought a lot of that was going to change once we got our Evan Brown back. And Evan Brown didn't he's still getting into it. I think he allowed multiple hurries. He had a couple holding calls back to back, and those were as big as the poor runs. There was 2 possessions that really got shut down by holding calls. That kind of takes us back a little bit. But usually we look back on that and say, man, we lost because we had opportunities and we didn't score a touchdown here. We were forced to a field goal, this and that, because holding calls and they beat us. But this wasn't that game. We still found a way, which is great. But against that kind of defense, I feel like, to speak to how our offense played, my kind of overall thought is I thought they did, in terms of the passing game, I thought they did exactly what they needed to do. They obviously didn't hit the shot to Jamo. That was probably the biggest one. But aside from that, without seeing y'all all 22 though, right? I feel like for what the game was, that you were able to adapt to it. The biggest thing to me was don't turn the ball over. This was one of those games that if you gave them an extra possession, that might be it. You give them the ball at, your own 35, that might be the game, because there's just not enough points going around, which is probably the reason I think he decided to take the field goal, because he didn't think they were going to score much and we weren't going to cross the 50. So that was the biggest thing to me, was just don't turn the ball over. So it was almost like I was cool with it. Okay, we don't need to force anything here. We just keep playing with it, because obviously our defense is holding up their end, which was key. To me, I thought the key was our defense was going to have to stick them to their average. If our defense went out and allowed 24 points to this team that doesn't score, now we might be in trouble because now we're forcing against a team that has allowed 12 touchdowns and 12 interceptions coming into this game, a 78 passer rating. That's not what you want to be in. So I thought for the passing offense side, I thought they did exactly what they needed to do. And then the run game, I'm hoping that gets rolling a little bit. I do understand they got a really good, front, but not having Quentin Williams, that needs to get popping. Credit to Swift. He had some good runs in there, but that needs to get rolling a little bit more to help us out because some of these games we're going to have to lean back to that a little bit. And recently we haven't if you think about it, like the last, 4 weeks, we haven't even we've leaned on our pass game the last 4 weeks. So just to be able to go back to that would be great. Maybe Carolina is the get right game for that.
I would hope so. I mean, is Goff and I think they will get on point, Goff and J-Mo, but the underthrow was very bad. That was a touchdown play. He had Reed beat. I don't care what nobody say there. He had him beat.
You know what I take
Do I
away?
sound okay?
You know what my thought is? You sound great, and you look good over there. By the way, we see you. Did you just vacuum? I don't know. It's so weird. Like you looked awful and you look perfect as soon as I opened up the other stream.
I had a couple windows open, but I don't feel like having that. I only had 4 windows open. I guess I'm having internet issues, but I don't know.
Yeah, you look great now. Maybe just fix this now, man. No, I do think on that throw though specifically, I've only seen it the live one, but like he stepped up in the pocket. I feel like that's like one of those things where getting that timing down, like you don't realize maybe how fast Jameson actually getting to that point in the route where you're trying not to like throw it through the end zone. So when he to me, it wasn't an underthrow as much as it was just throwing it late because you're not trying to throw him out of bounds, right? You don't want to overthrow that one, but when he steps up, that's maybe like an adjustment. It's like, okay, shoot, I can't really step up and then, slide up and take that shot like I can to Josh Reynolds. If I'm going to take that shot, it's got to come out quicker. Because I feel like the aiming point's just different. Like maybe you're throwing it when he hits the 10, I'm putting it up. This dude, you got to, as soon as he hits the 20, you got to put that up and let him run. Because if he's not getting touched, which he's not going to be downfield or otherwise it's a flag, that dude's just way too fast to outrun that pass. So I think the end zone through, to me, it's not like he can't throw 40 yards. I mean, I've seen him throw 40 yards. He did last week. Yes, it was indoors. I know he can throw 40 yards, but I think it was the timing to me. But yeah, that was the one missed shot, and I'm glad that didn't come back because Red, let me ask you this question. Aside from the touchdown, which wasn't like a big deep play, what big play did we have in this game? Name one big play that the offense had in this game aside from the touchdown at the end.
We didn't have any.
And
besides
we won
the Brock
game,
Wright,
man.
Yeah, we didn't have any. We just found a way to win. It was grit. Awesome. We showed grit. We stuck it out. We found a way to win. We ran the ball. I think Swift had some solid runs. Jamal really didn't get too much going. He did have that one run, touchdown run, but he got called back. Which Evan Brown, I don't know, man. I was seeing worse holds against Aiden Hutchinson in this game that they didn't call, but those were some petty holds they were calling on Evan Brown. I don't care what they say. Like, obviously there's holding on every play in the NFL. It just is.
Right.
But for them not to call some of the ones I seen against Hutch, it's like, bro, you got to let the Evan Browns slide. And that run that Jamal had for that touchdown was actually a really good run. Hit a nice little lane, bam, got up in there, got through, touchdown. But no, you're right. There wasn't any big plays besides the Brock Wright. We missed the one to J-Mo. I think he does have the arm strength. I will give you that. Yes, I will give. Timing probably was off because he did have to climb the pocket, which Goff isn't that good at doing, like I've been saying.
That's not right.
Hey,
Red, let's not go down this. Let's not go down this road, Red.
No, but wait. I actually did see Goff shrug off a sack.
Okay.
I did today.
Okay.
I actually was about to text you like, hey, Goff just shrugged off a sack. I finally seen him shrug a sack. Goff is terrible at throwing on the run, though. Is it just me? Can the guy throw on the run?
Oh, yeah, he has some rough ones. Huh? Try to like
he just can't throw because he's just not an athletic. He just ain't an athletic person. Like I get it. I'm still. Yeah. I don't think Goff played his best game, but we knew he was probably going to come here and struggle. This was a top tier defense. They say he can't play very well outdoors and things like that, but I think he still should be our quarterback of the future after this because I know me, you, and Jay talked about it yesterday. This would be the telltale, like if he's really our guy. I think he still showed a way to figure out and get some wins, made some throws when they need to be made. He missed some throws, obviously, but he didn't turn the ball over either. And that's key, like you were saying earlier in the show. Like, let's just not turn the ball over and we have a chance to win. Let's just keep fighting, and we'll make something happen. So,
yeah.
I just love the way that we pulled this one out, bro. Special teams, touchdown when we need it. Defense,
Man.
get sacks when we need them.
Mm.
Good teams find a way to win in gritty games. And we're a good team.
Yeah.
We are for real. The Lions are for real, and they better take notice. We're not creeping into the playoffs. We walk into the playoffs.
Yeah.
We're 500 team. We started the season 1-6, and now we are 6-1. You heard? Hey, look,
unreal, man. That don't even sound right. That don't even sound right.
We're 6-1 from going like, dude, bro. We hot.
What's happening?
We low key
man?
could be 7-0. Like you were saying, we should have beat the Bills. Everybody thinks we should have beat the Bills, but we really like showed America like dog.
But it almost focused us, right? Because the last he's talking about a 6-week stretch that since the Bills game. It kind of like to me like in a what it kind of what focuses you, right, in a way. Because now you're looking at it like, okay, we got to run the table, man. Okay. That's got to be our mindset.
It's just a short little. Let's get it. Let's go out here and win 6 games, 1 game at a time. And next thing you know, we're gonna be in the playoffs, bro. At 10-7.
Do you remember the dude? You got, hey, look,
you heard? Hey, man, we for real, bro. Like this is. I'm telling you, bro. This team feels special. This team feels better than any team since I've been an adult. This is the best Lions team.
Really,
I've seen I know we're not the best on paper. Like I guess the Stafford, Calvin Johnson days we did have like better on paper because we had Sue, Fairley, Cliff Averill, all those fools. But like the way this team plays football, I think they play football than those Stafford Megatron teams. I'm just being real. Y'all can call me crazy because I know we had Tulloch, Levy. We had some dogs on those teams, especially on paper. But I don't know. Our brand of football is just better. We're gonna ground and pound. Play with some grit, and we're going to find a way to get the win, bro.
Yep.
I don't know what it is. Like, I'm being, like, I was never nervous in this game, but I felt it came a point where it's like, okay, we need to tighten up. But I never felt like we wasn't going to pull it off. I never felt that.
You were confident
because we
got the ball back down 17-13?
Yes, I was confident. I'm confident in Ben Johnson's play calling, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am confident.
Yeah, that was a good play call, man.
It seemed like we spotlight Khalif Raymond a lot today. Was that just me? Like, was he the game plan today? Or was he just the only guy getting open? Because I feel like he was getting a lot of looks. Nothing wrong with it because he made plays. But
it's a good point. He does eat underneath though. You know, like him and St. Brown, like you don't see Chark do a ton underneath unless it's a crosser. J-Mo's barely playing snaps at this point. Josh doesn't.
I know.
Josh historically hasn't really had production underneath. So it's like, and that's actually exciting to me because I'm just like, whoa, hold up. I know they're kind of easing him into it, but dude, like if we're still taking dubs while he's easing in, it's not like we need this guy to open up our offense. By the time you hit the playoffs and he's playing 38 snaps and he's like, you know, the normal receiver that's out there, dude. No, I want to say this real quick though. Do you remember the play?
Say it.
On the final drive.
Say it.
Where we were looking for a play action shot. You know the play I'm talking about? We were looking for a shot, man. We put the fullback in. We had 2 tight ends. We were looking for a shot, play action. And he decided to, I think he just like threw it at the ground to the running back. But he looked there. He was about to throw it. We can't see what he's looking at. But that play was the one where I say what I say, because that was the one I'm like, oh, that just fits the game. And I think to what you're saying, the word I feel is this team is so adaptable. Like they're kind of like, what they're showing right now, and maybe that's just credit to like being well-rounded, built offensively, but they feel adaptable. You know, it's not like this is what they're good at, man. You take that away, they're gonna have problems. Like I don't know what you take away from this team. It feels like, give credit to Ben Johnson, but I don't know what you take away from him, man. Like you come in, we got to take away the run. I feel like the Vikings, you take away the run, and they're not that.
Pass. We can pass.
And coming into the year, it was all about run. Now it's like we're not running the ball. We're still winning. Well, now we're actually winning more, but. You know what I'm saying? Like that play stuck out to me because it was like we didn't need that shot because of the flow of the game. It's like, it's not there. We're gonna work our way up there because we're not gonna lose on that play or something that we haven't been able to get all day. Ooh, okay, that was kind of fire. Anyway, Red,
it was. He said, "Oh, wait." You're a fool. Oh, no, I get what you're saying, bro. Like we can find ways to win. We're so explosive on offense with a good offensive coordinator. We can find a way to put up some points or move the ball. We can either ground and pound you or we can pass. We said this in the offseason, bro. On paper, we can compete with most teams, and we're showing that now.
Yep.
because it starts with the offensive line. I think they had a solid day, besides a couple holding penalties and things like that. Goff was under pressure here and there, but for the most part, Goff was standing tall in the pocket and had mad time. He had a lot of time to go through a lot of reads. Yeah. Even the commentators were saying it. You know what I mean? Like he has time. And shout out to the offensive line. And if they don't Pro Bowl and All Pro, that's just the league hating on the Lions once again. Because Taylor Decker is playing top tier at left tackle. I don't care what nobody says.
Yes.
Like Taylor Decker needs to either All Pro, second team, because you know they're probably gonna give it to Trent Williams for the Niners. So, but Taylor Decker should be second team All Pro, and he better Pro Bowl. We already know about Penny. Penny should be straight up All Pro, first team All Pro.
Mm-hmm.
And Frank, let him slide in at second because I know he's missed some games. Jonah's missed a lot of time and things like that. But at least our two bookends, our two tackles, they need to get some recognition, bro. Let's be real. Because without them, there is no. I'm gonna be real. If we don't have those two, the Lions wouldn't be where we're at. That's 100%
absolutely.
facts.
Hey, we saw last year.
That's 100% facts. And they need some credit, bro. They need if out of anybody on that team, if nobody else Pro Bowls or All Pros, our two tackles better. 100%. Or that's just straight hating.
Yeah. There's only one game I can think of this year where they struggled a little bit, and that was New England. But I mean, I'll take that for a year. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. That was it.
And that dude's been crazy this year, though. To his credit, he's been crazy this year. Shout out to my man Kobe in the chat. I see you. Yeah, that dude's been that dude's been crazy this year. So to me, does that? I don't want to give too much credit to Brad. I feel like we should though, because Brad Holmes to me has just been killing it. It's what we're seeing with their draft picks. But like his philosophy of how he's building a team, like I think you see the vision just based on what he's done in the past. The decision to trade away Hawk just to me felt like more than anything a value thing. I'm not paying a tight end to that. That's crazy. If you can give me a second and third, all right, take him, bro. It's a tight end.
That's smart.
Like I'm doing it. Absolutely. So I like to see it start to come together because you just said it's offensive line, and yeah, like who was it? Who was that last name? Bob Quinn. He put a lot of it together. Credit to him. He
started it.
And actually
started it.
I was thinking about this yesterday because remember we were talking about the July Tavai pick, and I was like, well, that's why I think that TJ Hawkinson draft pick was more of a Bob Quinn draft pick because Bob Quinn was trying to build his run game, and then they talked about he wanted this guy. Point is though, he came in his first draft pick was Penei Sewell, and then on top of that he went back-to-back D lineman. This year he comes in first pick defensive lineman. So like his philosophy of how he's building this team is like you can see it. You can see what the Rams did. And you can see he's doing the same thing over here in certain positions that he values over others. Like running back, he'll probably value that one this offseason. But like it makes you feel like that gives you like the ability to be so adaptable. Like the Niners. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the Niners can play any game because of that. Because they have a legit O-line and a crazy defensive line. We could play any game with you. And the Lions defensive line is coming together, man. I don't know what your vibe was from that. I felt like, man, they started like when they got to just kind of like go at the end there. Like Romeo got a couple sacks. That was cool to see.
Oh, it was a tear. It was a tear because I was going to talk about that when it was time to like attack. We had Romeo, Kaminsky, Hutch, and Houston. That's a nice little four. Hutch was on the inside. Beat the guard, buddy came in, pressured him. Romeo gets the sack. Perfect.
Man.
Perfect. Kaminsky doing his thing, Houston doing his thing. Now, I want to talk about the beginning of the game. I know I'm jumping all around, but defensively,
go for it.
I felt like we started hot. We were stuffing a run. They couldn't run. But then something happened. I don't know if our guys tired out. What happened? But towards the middle and just from the middle to the rest of the game, not even halftime. I want to say like second quarter. They just started gashing us on the run, or not gashing us, but they were hitting us for three. They got to go 3+ yards, 4+ yards. It was, and I couldn't figure it out. Obviously, I haven't rewatched the game or anything, but I was like, man, these boys just came out here and stuffing the run. Like it's about to be a long day for the Jets, a long day. But then they start gashing us, and that got them ticking a little bit. Shout out to their OC because they did their best thing was when they were moving Zach out the Wilson out the pocket. They should have continued to move him around out the pocket because they had a lot of success on that, and they slowed that. They stopped doing that for some reason, which I think was probably one of the biggest changes of the game. Was they kept him sitting inside of the pocket. He's better when he's on the move and making awkward throws and things like that. But it's just that I noticed defensively we were stuffing the run, and all of a sudden they just started gashing us, and I couldn't figure it out. I wanted to say it was because they put Gerard Davis in, but I didn't want to say that was the reason why. But I did see that bum out there.
Whoa, hold on. We do gotta say this though. As much as I'm with you, they did start to get it going a little bit. Would you take this? Jets team as a team. Zonovan Knight, top running back, 13 carries for 23 yards. That's 1.8 a carry. Ooh. Michael Carter, 4 carries for 15 yards, 3.8. That's it. That's it for running backs. Everybody else was just something else. I'm taking that. And I think it's another
100%.
weird. Like, we kind of got him out of it in a sense, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know why. But because I'm with you. We were like destroying the run. There was nothing there, which I thought Hutch was eating early in that area. And then they started opening it up a little bit. They got a couple. They weren't, getting stuff like you said at the line. But still, I'm taking that. Because now, Let's Talk Lions, he was in here yesterday. He said 6 weeks straight that the Lions haven't given up 100 yards rushing.
Yep, we haven't given up 100 yards rushing.
This week, they had 50 as a team.
We not playing around, bro. We not playing. We not for play. We not for play. I'm good. I'm just okay. I want to talk on your boy.
Yeah.
Jeff Okudah.
Hey, look, no, don't do me like that.
Okudah had a bad game. Let's be.
I was with
you.
Man.
You did. You said he's not a CB1. You did.
Yeah.
But is it fair to say that Okudah had a bad game?
That's my biggest need is corner. Absolutely. From the rewatch, from what we saw live, yeah.
From what we seen today,
before half,
he was getting picked on.
I thought he was going to score a touchdown. I was like, they're going to go right back to him, and he dropped it. I was like, oh my goodness.
They were picking on Okudah.
Red, what college did Jeff Smith
He's a CB2. If you missed the show yesterday, I said Okudah is a CB2. We need to go get a corner. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just trivia question. What college did wide receiver Jeff Smith attend?
Wide receiver Jeff Smith, the guy that was eating up Okudah.
Wait a
minute, the guy that was eating up Okudah. Can I phone a friend?
Do whatever you gotta do. I'm just saying, bro.
I want to know if I can phone a friend.
Hey, please.
I don't know because he was working out.
Look, man, and I give him some at the end. I understand. That's. Hold on, we gotta take this. Hello.
Hey, what school did Jeff Smith go to?
Who?
I think his name's Jeff Smith for the New York Jets. He was turning Okudah up today. I'm getting asked this question on YouTube, and I needed to know what school did Jeff Smith go to. He said I could phone a friend.
I don't know what Jeff Smith.
Oh, you don't know? Okay. You didn't watch the Lions game today?
I never heard of him. Is that an NFL player?
Me either. I didn't know. I think he is real. He was eating up Jeff Okudah today, the 3rd pick overall for the Detroit Lions. But if you don't know it, it's fine. I'm just gonna have to tell him I don't know what school he went to. No problem.
Yeah, I would just take a shot. Navy. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell him Navy. All right. Hey, I got an answer.
Yeah.
I got an answer. Jeff Smith went to Florida Atlantic.
Wrong. All right, moving on.
Okay.
Florida Atlantic.
UFC.
Who came up with Florida Atlantic?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Don't know either, to be honest with you.
But he was tearing up our top tier corner, bro. We need to go get a corner. Straight up.
Yeah, that's our biggest
straight
need,
up.
Man. It really is. Brad, would you say he went to Boston College, actually? Okay. I like Boston College. They put on some dudes.
I like Boston College.
Yeah, I respect that. But would you say that you're now like on the train of, because I don't know if you were there yesterday. I couldn't tell. I think you were saying DT first. That cornerback has surpassed the need of DT. That's the pressing need.
No, I think we need to go cornerback, and then I want a disruptive defensive tackle.
Yeah,
I still want to.
I don't care what order, but I'm saying like biggest need. Like if there's one thing you go in
biggest, if there's one thing, that I know we're gonna instantly have an upgrade at, it's cornerback. Yeah. Yes, 100. Okay. It has to be 100%.
Yes,
100%.
Yeah, and shout out to Jerry, first pick. Hey, that thing was a long time coming, man. That was awesome. We were waiting on that. We were, man. That was sweet.
Did we get points on that drive? Yeah, we got 3. We got 3 on that drive.
Yeah,
we got 3.
3 and out.
We did. We got 3 because he took it down to like the 12, and we only ended up with 3.
Yeah.
That was the drive where Jamal had that good run. We kept getting all those holding penalties. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough drive, man. Look, but no, again, that's not like a shot. We're not hating on Okudah saying that. I think we said it yesterday. Like he could definitely become a number one. But in fairness, as we all know, this is his first full season basically playing. He's figured it out. We get it. He's still very new to it. And he's not in it. It's not like we consistently get pressure on the year. It hasn't been like that. If you look on the year, we've been one of the worst teams in pressure this year. Especially without blitzing. But it wasn't great. Like it wasn't great. So I'm looking at, man, if I get an immediate upgrade there, awesome. And then Jeff can develop into something. And I still think Jerry can develop into something. Like Jerry's definitely not hit his ceiling yet. He just feels like he kind of was settling in, and now he's getting back to Jerry that we know. And it's like, dude, this guy's got a high ceiling. I know he's limited maybe in certain ways, but that dude, he can play, man. Like he's gonna stick for a while,
For sure.
So I think it's fine for the future, but it's, we do need a little help there. We need a little help. Nothing wrong with that. Add a dog to that unit because it would change your life. It really would.
I would agree, man. I don't know.
You good?
Studs and duds. Let's talk studs and duds. I am good. I'm good. I'm just listening to you, and I don't know, man. I'm in awe. Like being a longtime diehard Lion fan, that I really feel like I don't know, man.
Weird, isn't it? Feels like different.
I know we're gonna get to the dance, but I think, like I always say, we're gonna get to the dance and just show out on the dance floor.
We might mess around.
We're gonna snap.
We're
gonna show out on the dance floor and take everybody's lady. Like,
you never know, man. Hey, how many people thought Cincinnati was gonna be a Super Bowl last year? They thought they'd go to Kansas City and beat Kansas City, and go to Tennessee and beat Tennessee.
Tennessee and beat nobody.
They were a wild card, weren't they?
We could shock the world, bro. Yes, they was a wild card. Man, they went away. They was away games all playoffs and just handled up, bro. Like, why not us?
Yep.
Why not us?
Man, I don't see why not, man. I don't see why not. We can play to anybody's game. We play anybody's game. We play anybody's game, and in most of those games, offensively, we're going to outplay your offense.
I would agree.
Yeah.
As long as our defense just shows up somewhat, we can stick into the game and probably figure out a way to win. They doing their thing. I'm gonna give it, for us not to be as talented defensively like we are offensively, I think they do what they can. You know what I mean? They do what they can.
Yep.
Shout out to all these rookies just playing their butts off. Shout out to the young gunners. We got a bunch of young gunners on defense. I know, my bad. We can get back on topic, but I just want to give a shout out to all the young gunners: Kirby Joseph, Malcolm Rodriguez, Aiden Hutchinson, Josh Pascal, Jerry Jacobs.
Yep.
You know what? Even Okudah. He's still young. Yep. Okudah. Shout out to these youngins, bro. James Houston, the best pass rush specialist on the team.
No, man. No. See, look, now you're changing up the
definition. What did you think of Romeo?
Too. You see how you threw what I think of Romeo?
Wait.
I thought
pass rush specialist. I said he's the best pass rusher on the team. I've always said that.
He's not the best pass rusher on the team, right?
Okay, he is. We don't have to go down that lane.
I mean, we don't go down that lane. We'll go down it. No. But really though, I didn't think Romeo did much last big week, man. When I rewatched that, he didn't look right. He didn't. There was no explosiveness. There was no.
He didn't look explosive. He didn't look explosive today.
But that what was it? The first win was not bad because it was late. It wasn't like a clean win, but he did disengage. You saw that, and then he had a second one, and I think the second one was actually created by Hutchinson. I think he got a fouled in.
Well, yeah, Hutchinson beat his guard. He made Buddy step up in the pocket. Romeo was still fighting and beat his dude, but Hutch got there first,
right,
and had to step up into Romeo,
though, man.
But that's fine. You work as a unit.
Look how many snaps Jameson taken versus him, right? And Jameson had Jameson's not really playing that much. Romeo's playing a bigger role. But Romeo's in that same boat to me where he's just like getting back into it a little bit. We know he can rush a quarterback. We know that. We saw what he did in 2020. That dude is
he can. He just doesn't look explosive. I don't know what it is. Like
he didn't. He looked better today. I thought
his first step doesn't look as good. Was he? And then Jamo.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why isn't Jamo Why isn't it? Does he not know all the plays? Is that what it is, or something? I don't know. I know they keep talking about they want to ease the kid back in.
Yeah,
but I'm starting not to really like buy that because it's been a year since the ACL. People have bounced back in ACLs less than a year. Obviously, he did. Now he's on his third game. I want to see him full tilt. I think he should be out there full time. Like no more Josh Reynolds at this point. But just because having him out there, you have to back up. You got to respect the kid's speed. So I don't know if he doesn't know all the plays, or what is it? Something. I don't think it's the knee anymore. I don't think it's the knee anymore because you're still practicing every week.
I agree. But in fairness, he has left plays out there. I think he's dropped 2 passes and he had a third that he could have caught at this point already. Like just to, because I get what you're saying. But like I think there's that to it too, man. Because like he dropped a swing pass last week, he dropped a pass the week before that. He had that pass was very catchable on the sideline. He didn't come up with. Yeah. But I'm with you. I would expect that he would have had more snaps by this point. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I mean, they do say you got to earn it, but we know like what it's going to mean when he's out there. It's going to be it's going to change the game. So maybe I don't know.
I just don't know what it is. I don't know. And then I've always
talked about the shot play.
It has to be timing, or he just don't fully know the plays or something, bro. It's something about J-Mo. Like I always wanted Chris Olave over him, anyways, because he was at Ohio State with those kids, but he didn't beat them out. I don't know what it is. Don't be saying crazy, man. No, bro. I was banging the table for Chris Olave over everybody, but
yeah, you were.
It is, and Drake. He gonna be better than
Olave. He gonna be better.
I hope he is. I really do hope he is. I hope he is. Hold on,
but do you feel like
we gotta?
Oh, go ahead.
We got a question. If you guys were to hire a position coach at DC, who would you hire, or what team would you take them from? I appreciate the love, Nick Bean. Appreciate the support and the love. Dose, go.
So he's saying like on our team? Is that what he's saying? Or like from
if you guys were to hire a defensive coordinator,
who would you hire? Position coach at DC. I mean, if I was
a position coach at DC.
Yeah, that'd be tougher for other teams. I don't know their teams that well. For our team, I would either go with Brian Duker or Todd Wash. I would struggle with Todd Wash just because I don't know if that's something that he'd want to go back into. I'm sure he would actually. Todd Wash has done it before. So I'd probably throw Todd Wash in there first. Like if I'm like, hey, let's get this thing rolling. But if I'm looking at like the long-term thing, I'd probably just make the safeties defensive back like assistant. I just make him the guy. Because I think this question comes from Aaron Glenn leaving. Is that what he's saying? Is that what you get from it? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm reading the question wrong.
I don't get it. Like, what defensive? Like, we have a defensive coordinator. Does he mean OC? Maybe was it a typo?
If you guys would hire a position coach at defensive coordinator, who would you hire?
I think he has to mean OC. Nick Bean, you mean offensive coordinator? Or do you mean defense coordinator? Because if anybody's leaving, which I don't think he is, it's going to be our offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson. Aaron Glenn's not going anywhere. No.
Yeah, man.
No, I don't think he hasn't done that well. But the D is getting better. I'll give it. The defense is getting better. I mean, you just had to get rid of TJ Hawkinson.
I'm telling you, you made a good point yesterday. I want to see what this defense looks like when you give him a stud at corner that he was with in New Orleans. Like you remember he had Marshawn Lattimore there. They invested big time and he was a dog for them. And then also when Aubrey Pleasant was here, where he was come from with the Rams, they traded for Jalen Ramsey, but they also invested in that. Like I don't think Brad Holmes is going to be investing heavy in corner. I get the sense that there's a couple positions. We know D-line, he'll never be afraid to stack up on that. If a top pass rusher was there again, he'd probably make it his first pick. I wouldn't doubt it. But I think not far behind that, he's not afraid to go heavy cornerback. I don't think he has any issue with doing that. Not necessarily to stack up like a whole bunch of depth, because I think the biggest thing is we've seen like historically the depth was built through LA with guys like Jerry Jacobs, the undrafted free agents, these dudes that, they earned it. So Jerry, the Mike Hughes, guys like that could become your depth, the Will Harris. But like to get a stud, the pure number one, like those guys are just talent evaluators. So they got to be looking at that and saying, okay, look, we need another level here. And then hopefully they become that next level, and then great, we're set. But we need a guy that, to what you said, hey man, they're not looking to go that way. We need our sauce. We need something like that.
Yeah, we need a true CB1 who's going to cancel out the opposing team's number one wide receiver, because when you're seeing Justin Jefferson twice a year, which I don't think you can cancel Justin Jefferson, but contain him better than 200 and something yards, we have a good chance of winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Crazy. I mean, like 5 rushers in that game.
We need a
he might win Offensive Player of the Year. That was my prediction coming in. He might get it.
You did say that, but I'm not mad if he does. I'm not mad. Nick Bean came back through. He said it was just a hypothetical question.
Okay, so what do you think?
DC, if I can take any defensive coordinator. I think I talked on it. I want Mike Zimmer. I'd bring in Zimmer.
Okay, see, Brad's going outside the box. Okay.
I mean, I like Mike Zimmer. He's not, but he's always had some solid defense. Cincinnati years ago. Who?
I'll go get Marvin Lewis.
I'll go get Marvin Lewis.
Ranks, man. He'd take an NFL job.
I like that too. I'd go get Marvin Lewis. Yeah.
That's good.
But as of right now, Aaron Glenn is doing his thizzle.
Yeah.
He's bounced back. He's made some improvements. Defensive play calling's getting better. I like how he's backing people up to the goal line to let you know, like, you're not going to score this touchdown. You're going to throw it in front of us, and we're going to rally and tackle. I do like seeing that now. I like the people he's putting in. Well, I mean, people are getting healthy also. So he's getting a few more pieces to play with. But I like his rush packages he's coming out in and things like that. He's calling blitzes at the right time. I think he's doing a better job of putting people in better positions to make plays. They just got to go out and make plays. We're still not that super talented on defense as we are on offense, but after this offseason, I think we're going to catch up. I think the defense will catch up to the offense, because the defense is young. They're going to continue to grow, more film, offseason with the team, and then we're going to bring in some more talent. I think we're going to I don't want to say strictly, but we're going to really do a major focus on the defense, not overhaul, but add on to what we currently have, because offense has been last offseason. So I think they're going to help out Aaron Glenn defensively this year. Appreciate the love again. Once again, Nick, man. Appreciate it.
So I got a question then. It's just a theory to throw out there, man. Just theory. So last year we kind of mixed it, but we definitely, the offense, was it closer coming into last year? Do you think that was the vision? To me, that would make sense, that he felt like the team was closer offensively to get this thing rolling. And then on top of that, you also can't put a terrible offense out there around Goff again and then have it be awful and then think that they're going to be able to make a case, say, hey, bring this dude back, because that ain't going to happen. He goes out there and it's awful. It's like, well, that dude's not coming back. So now he's forced to kind of reset a lot more. And now he's forced to search for something that's super hard to find. But the offense, maybe, what do you think, was close enough that he was like, hey, we go get Sewell. This offensive line is about there, and then receivers, I'll go grab a couple of those dudes, because he didn't get long-term deals, but he's like, let's make this better now, because it's not that far away. Let that thing take off, because then we can all just say, look, fix defense. That's not far. And now you've experimented with it, so you know what it takes to make it work.
100%. I think our offense was closer because we made a trade for a number one pick quarterback, which was Jared Goff. The O-line was kind of there. I mean, there. You already had the left side sort of with Jonah Jackson, Taylor Decker, and then you had the center, so that was cool. So yeah, then you go get Penei Sewell, and then to your point, you have to see what you have in Goff, because last year they didn't put nothing around Goff besides Saint, and you had TJ Hockenson. But as far as them receivers, there were fours and fives. So yeah, they went out and got DJ Chark, who's a number 2 receiver who can win matchups here and there. They brought in his safety blanket, who we already had a relationship with, Josh Reynolds last year, who did some things towards the end of the season for us. So yeah, we were further along offensively coming into this last offseason than we were defensively. Because defensively, I mean, we hadn't, I don't want to say like big names. We didn't have anybody on our defense. And we still technically, I don't think we have anybody on our defense. I think we overachieve, and Aaron Glenn's putting those guys in good positions. Aiden Hutchinson's still probably what our biggest name, as he should be, number 2 pick, up for the Heisman Trophy winner. He's having a good rookie season, but we don't really have much. And then Okudah, but he ain't a big name. We don't even know what we know. I think we know what we have now in Okudah, and that's a CB2 that likes to tackle. Not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. but he could develop into a CB1, like you said. But as of right now, I think he is a CB2. So this is the offseason where I think we need to juice up that defense.
See, I don't even think it's crazy to think that Jerry could be the CB2 of the future.
Competitions. I love competition's great. So if you want to make them compete for that CB2, then do that. And you might be. I don't think you're crazy to say that Jerry Jacobs could beat out Okudah, because honestly, I think he possibly could. I hate to say it.
Look, that's how good me.
Put Okudah at nickel then. Put Okudah at nickel. He likes to tackle. Your nickel has to be able to tackle. I mean, but Jerry Jacobs, his coverage is I think it's a little stickier.
Oh, I agree. It's absolutely.
I think his coverage is a little stickier than Okudah's. And he plays more physical at the line of scrimmage than Okudah, as far as like pressing and things like that. I think he presses a little better.
I see what you're saying. I think Okudah's better at press, but I get what you're saying. Jerry plays that physical
more physical.
Yeah, which I kind of think he kind of has to, because Jerry ain't fast, so he's not very fast.
Right, so he has to get hands on you. He has to get you off your route. Like, Like
but
Okudah's, I think, is a great tackler for a corner. I think he's a very good tackler, and he's not scared to throw his body around. But we do need a top tier CB1. Not even a top tier. We just need a true CB1. You ain't even got to be the best, like, you know what I mean? Just be a CB1. I think that's what we're missing defensively. Inject a little bit more on that D line. Backers are coming along, and I think we're cool as safeties. Even though Kirby Joseph didn't have the best game, I think this was probably one of his worst games. From what I seen, I thought he got beat.
The touchdown.
Yeah, I thought that was on. I thought that was on him. Yes, I could be.
It's weird
wrong.
though. Why would
coverage?
Yeah, because why would
the
safety's not going to be manned up? I wouldn't think that far.
Like, I don't know what was going on there, because they left him with a lot of field to cover though. That's why I don't know if that was truly his fault, because he had a lot of field to cover. And Buddy faked one way and went the other way. Like that's a very hard play to cover, because he was literally he ran that route in the middle of the field, bam, and then broke it back out. Like, that's a very hard play to cover. I don't care who you are back there at safety. This man's running full speed at you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that truly was on him or if it was a blind coverage, but it looked like it was him.
Deep middle safety, I would assume.
But
and whoever had him,
I felt bad for him.
His own. Oh yeah.
I wasn't even mad at it though when I seen it. I wasn't mad because it's like, bro, that's a tough call. Like, how do you cover that?
Washington. Do you remember Washington did something very similar this year? And he was wide open. I was like, at least Stone was in the area this time. We played Washington. There was nobody there when he threw it. You remember that? He came out the second half. Very similar. There was no one near him. He just like walked in. So at least there was someone there. Good job, Kirby. Way to touch him.
Charles said trade Amani in a fifth for Patrick. Man, if we could get PS2 for Amani in a fifth, if the NFL would veto that, like, I don't think they would let that go through.
Y'all are cheating, man.
They would let that go through. Broncos aren't stupid. Broncos might be stupid in the league.
Hey, look, they do got Hackett there. This would be the time to make it happen until he gets fired. You gotta try, man. Do your shot. Hey, Hackett, look. This dude is a dog.
PS2.
I don't like hate on Amani though, bro, because I get it.
Okay,
I get it. Yeah.
Would you give up the Rams first? Would you give up the Rams pick for PS2?
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I would.
All right, though. So there you go.
It's hard
because you know what you're getting.
Like,
but you know what you're getting, and he's young. Yes. Yes. If we're saying we need to go get a corner with our first round pick, why not take a guy who's already got some NFL snaps and shown that he can play in this league? 100%. I'd give up a first and a third. Yeah.
Well, hey,
because we're getting what we want.
They gave up for Ramsey. They gave up a ton, and people were like, "Man, that's a lot for a corner." It worked. It worked because he was a dog in Jacksonville, and they had a great defense for a year, which is Denver. They've had a great defense, and he's been the top corner the last few years, and they just don't win, so they don't get recognition. It's almost very similar because Jacksonville fell off. Jalen won it out. There was a whole mess front office, similar. They gave up a lot to go get him, and it worked out for the Rams. So maybe it's a similar situation. Ooh, okay. Brad, watch this happen. Hey,
bro, I would love for it to happen. I mean, I'm just the chat made the trade, but then I'm like, well, I'd really give up our first round pick for the dude.
That'd be something, wouldn't it, man? That'd be fire. Hey, if we could just do that before the playoffs, wouldn't that be like? Can we do that this week? That way we don't have to wait.
Well, just bring him in now. The deadline's passed. I would love that, but the deadline has passed.
It
has passed.
Look, I saw Roger saying Roger was saying you can trade past the deadline and just get a penalty. I don't know what he was talking about, to be honest. I think he was just making stuff up. But if that's true, hit up Aaron Rodgers, figure it out, man. Hey, look, he's got the answers. So he reads books and stuff. I'd hit him up. Like, look, man. Brad, real quick to answer the chat, because they're all saying a lot of people in the chat have said who to root for to win tonight. Well, Giants are up 8 right now, which surprises me. So I don't know. Ooh. I say the Giants because I think they're the worst team, but to see them up 8 on the road is a little surprising. So either way, it doesn't matter. Whoever loses, though, you're rooting for them to kind of fall off. I know Rad thinks Washington has a tougher schedule coming up because they got Cleveland, they got Dallas, and Dallas will continue to play for something. That's what though. See, now I'm talking myself out of it. We might have to root for Washington to lose this game because Washington doesn't play Philly. Not the last week of the season, the Giants do. And we're kind of banking on a loss there from the Giants to Philly. But Philly may have locked up the 1 seed potentially now with Dallas losing, where that game may not matter because they already have tiebreaker over Minnesota. But Dallas is going to continue to play for something, I would assume, because they're playing for seeding with Minnesota. So, and they're still trying to catch that spot. Brad, you might be onto something, man. They play. Who are the next 3 coming? Do you know who their 3 upcoming teams are? I know Dallas and Cleveland are on there. That's 2 of the 3.
They got one more. That's a tough one.
They got a tough one
because the only one we thought they were going to win was Cleveland.
Yeah.
So
I'll look it up real quick. They had a tough.
It was one more. I mean, look, at this point, I don't care what they do because we're going to win out. But I also kind of want to slide into the 7th. Exactly. Washington has a tough schedule.
Okay. Hey,
they got a tough schedule.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
fine. If they lose, they're all good.
I just don't want to, because somebody said if we get too high, we got to meet San Francisco in the first round, and I don't want to meet them in the first round. I want to meet Minnesota in the first round.
Let's knock the dog out first. Let's just get going. You knock out the dog. What do they got? What's the NFC got left?
We knock the dog out. Then at that point, it's like, bro, we might go on and run the table.
There ain't no one else in that.
If you knock San Fran out, I think we might just go on and. You ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing for that week. We beat San Fran in the playoffs. You can't tell me shit. Excuse me.
I know you're not. I know you don't want to hear this. We talked about yesterday, warm weather, Cali, but we've seen Goff in playoff games. Now he's been here. These are playoff games. I haven't seen Brock in that moment. I haven't seen Brock Purdy in that situation without his number 1 receiver. So I don't know what that's going to look like. I mean, I would assume they'll lean on everything else, but what happens when you're forced to get away from that? Because he hasn't been forced to do that at all since he's been playing. Not taking anything away from him, but he hasn't been forced to. Man, there's been no situation that he's been in where it's like, man, we need this drive.
True.
You never know. He might just give you one.
True. Look, he may not be built for that playoffs. Hey,
we don't know. That's a different life.
You got a point. True.
Because to be real, like Seattle, we didn't look like we were built for the playoffs when we lost to Seattle back in 2016, did we? It was just like, dude, okay.
No. I mean, I went to that game. I knew I drove the 2 hours to go see my guys, but I knew we were going to lose. Like driving up, I knew we was going to lose. But I'm like, I don't care. I'm still going to see my team. They 2 hours away.
Yeah.
And it's a playoff game. Like I knew we was going to lose. No, bro, this is the best Lions football team I've seen since being an adult.
So are you going to go to Minnesota when we play them in the playoffs?
Probably that's not as close as Seattle, but I mean,
yes.
Just wake up a little. That's a drive. Like Oregon and Washington is like a 15-minute drive, bro. You're in a different state. Hold on, real quick. Pants. Why not root for a tie? If they tie, we get our tiebreaker back over both teams because 9-6-2 equals 10-7. If they lose a game, we leapfrog them both. Why not root for a tie?
Wait, what?
He's saying why not root for a tie? Because if so, they become 9-6-2, and we're 10-7. So we jump both of them no matter what.
That's saying we have to win
one
out.
The winners are losing. Yeah,
but that would be saying we'd have to win out.
There's no. I think if is the word. I'm not worried about winning out. We're going
right, but
to win out.
But if you had a team to lose, see, okay, I get where he's coming from, but you still need the team with more wins will get over. The team with more wins always get over. So if they have 9, then we'll have to have 10. Like if we were 9-8 and they were 9-6-2, they would get the nod. So that would just be putting the thing on. We still have to win out. But if Seattle loses their spot, now I get where he's coming from. But if we're looking at Seattle and saying we think they're going to lose their spot because that team's currently 7-7 and they go to Kansas City next week, then I think you look at that and say, okay, I want a team to fall off because now there's more likely scenarios I would think to get in with 9 wins than those two teams tie. Because if those two teams tie and then they finish with 9 wins, well, shoot, we're in the boat. We have to win out. But I think there's legit scenarios to get in with 9 wins. If one team loses because of what they have coming up, right? Like Washington, if they lost this weekend and they're 7-6-1, then next week they have San Fran. They lose that one. Now they're 7-7-1. Meanwhile, we'd be 8-7. Let's say we win next week,
8-7,
and then all of a sudden, and now you've already passed them. I mean, my math may be off on that. Look, I was awful at math in school, right?
We're gonna leapfrog both of them. I'm not worried about them NFC East teams. We're going to leapfrog both of them. Real talk. The schedule just doesn't look pretty for them. And we're hotter right now. We're playing better football than both those teams. So I'm not too worried about it. But I do appreciate the love. We appreciate it. Pants. Shout out to that guy, Pants. What kind of pants? Are they Levi? Are they True Religion?
Looks like he's riding a bike. Just paid for riding a bike.
Dockers? Are they Chinos?
Wait, hold up. Why does my guy have a picture of Pants riding a bike? What was that decision like? Like, hold up. Let me figure my profile back here. What the heck? Okay. Look, that's man.
I don't know. You got anything else, Dose? It looks like my internet's about to act faulty again. I see this. I see the signal of death.
You do start to look blurry again, man.
The chat is pumping. Hey, shout out to the chat. Y'all pumping and jumping. I see it's 108 of y'all in there. Make sure all 180 of y'all hit that thumbs up, that like button. Take 2 seconds real quick. Leave the chat. Hit the thumbs up one time for the one time. It helps out the channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all rock with us. Y'all fucks with us. It is what it is. Hit the like button. Dang. Quit playing, you heard? Quit playing. Just hit it one time for the one time. Man. It's over 100 people in here. I don't even know how many likes we got right now. But let's finish at 100.
We got 7 people in here. 9. We need to finish with 9 likes.
If there's 7 in here, I swear to God, I'm done.
We need 9. If there's 7, we need 10.
We need 99.
We need 7.
10 plus 90.
17.
Oh, it's at 17. All right, we getting it up.
Oh, is it at 17?
Real talk. I don't know what it's like, bro. I haven't checked, honestly.
Oh, they say there's 40.
But James,
whoa,
double that. 43. Double that. 43. Man, if y'all don't double that and quit playing.
Guys, come on, man.
Real
just
talk,
think about the scenario. Christmas is the 25th, right? There's 12 months in a year.
Right.
25 times 12, 37. Plus all the days in December, 31. That's where we should be at.
And then add on the Lions wins plus 7.
Right. Okay.
And then add how many players. Add how many players are on the roster, which is 53.
See,
and we can get to 100. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician, but 60 plus 43 is 103. You feel me? 53-man roster. 7 wins from the Lions is 60. We're already at 43 likes.
Okay.
60 plus 43 equals 103. Just like that. You feel me?
Man, I like how you broke that down.
You feel me? I be trying.
Man,
I tried with the bad Wi-Fi. I even tried with the bad.
We can't even see
with the bad
Wi-Fi. Are delayed, man. That's.
Oh God. You know what? All right.
It looks like it hurts. Does it hurt right now to move? That's what it looks like. Yo, if we were glitching, it looks like it hurts for them to move. Like they stuck.
Oh gosh, it's messing up. Y'all ready to win a Super Bowl? Yes, we ready to win a Super Bowl. You heard? I'm ready to get in these playoffs. That's for sure. That is for sure. Dose, bring us out. Take us out. Walk us out. Walk us in. Give us them last thoughts.
Okay.
Then we're going to get on Call of Duty.
Okay. If you've ever been in a car accident.
Oh, gosh.
No, this is Brad. Why'd you do that, Brad? We were trying to be real with the people.
I'm on him. My bad.
Man.
Bro.
Hurt in the car? I can't.
Hey, man. Look, you got one?
For real though. I think one thing. No, Brad. I think this honestly, I think this is important. I don't know where you guys were watching the game from. Maybe you were in the stream. Maybe you were, zooming with Rad. Because that's apparently people were doing that during the game. Wherever you all were watching from, I hope that you just enjoyed the fun of that game. Like just to enjoy the. I don't know. It's like something about it because the season does realistically. We don't know what's going to happen, but we know we got 3 games left, and then we're off to this huge break where it's fun, but it is a massive break. And I know there's months there where there's no draft. And we're sitting there like, oh my goodness, and they're waiting for preseason. So just hopefully just enjoy these last 3. Whatever happens, that we're in the race, we have a chance to get in, and anything can happen. So just enjoy it, good, bad, whatever happens. But there's not a lot of games in the NFL, man. So
that might have been your best. That might have been your best like words outro you've had in probably about 7 months. Whatever Dose just said, I rock with. I rock with that. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Drink water. God bless everybody. Happy holidays. And we're going to see y'all again this week. You heard? And we out.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.